So today we're going to explore a map, but this isn't a map of any place you can find on a globe. Now, this is an inner map. Think of it as the spectrum of you, and it's designed to help us navigate that rich, sometimes messy, and totally complex world inside of us. I want you to just sit with this question for a second. What if emotions weren't problems to be solved, but portals? We're so often taught to fix our feelings, to manage them, suppress them. But what if every single emotion, from the really tough ones to the most joyful, was actually a gateway, a doorway to understanding who we truly are? Okay, so how do we even begin to walk through these portals? Well, we use something called mind-body maps. And the beautiful thing is, it's not about inventing some complicated new language. It's really about learning to read the one your body's already speaking, the one you were literally born with.
And this right here, this is our main tool, the spectrum of emotions. Now, I have to be really clear about something. This is not a personality test. The goal here isn't to label yourself, to say, oh, I'm an angry person or I'm a fearful person. The crucial point is to use this map to track movement, not to define who you are.
The clue is right there in the word itself. Emotion actually comes from the Latin emotere, which means to move or to stir up. And that tells us everything we need to know. Emotions aren't these fixed, solid states we get stuck in. They are energy. And by its very nature, that energy is designed to be in motion. And this right here might be the most powerful takeaway from all of this. You are never, ever stuck. You are always in motion. It's just not about being trapped in a feeling. It's about understanding how to move through the spectrum, from one energetic state to the next. So, if this spectrum of emotions is our map, how in the world do we navigate it? Well, every good map needs a compass, right? And the amazing news is, you already have one. It's built right into your physiology. It's your heart. Our minds, well, they can tell us all sorts of stories, can't they? They can justify just about anything and get us totally confused. But the heart is different. It is so incredibly intelligent, and it has this one amazing quality. It just doesn't lie. It's our internal truth detector, always giving us feedback. And it speaks a very simple, almost binary language. It signals its truth through either contraction or expansion. You know that feeling of contraction, right? A tightening, a closing off, a subtle physical sense of no. And then there's expansion. That feeling of opening up, of release, a clear, resonant yes. It's not a thought, it's a felt sense, a physical signal of your truth. So, here's how the whole system works together. On one side, you've got the heart. That's your compass, always telling you your truth in any given moment. And on the other side, you have the map, the terrain of all the possible emotional states. You just use your compass to find your way on the terrain. It's that simple and that profound. All right, you ready? Let's actually use our new compass and take a little walk through the map. We're going to start way down at the bottom in those really dense, contracted energies, and we're going to trace the path of movement all the way up to the most open and expansive states of being. At the very, very bottom of this spectrum, we find shame. This is the most contracted emotional state a human can experience. It's that feeling where your heart physically feels like it's shrinking, and it's whispering a story not about something you did, but about who you fundamentally are. I am wrong, or I am bad. Now, as we move up just a little bit, the energy shifts. We run into fear. And yeah, it's still a contraction, that familiar tightening in your chest or your stomach, but the story is totally different. It's no longer about who you are. It's about what's to come. It's that sense of something bad might happen. So as we keep moving up the spectrum, past anger, past courage, the energy makes this fundamental shift. It's a total game changer. We arrive at love. And we're not just talking about a feeling here. It's a state of being. It is the great opening, where the heart stops contracting and just starts expanding, giving space for everything and everyone to be exactly as they are. Now, as we approach the very, very top of the spectrum, something incredible starts to happen. It's not just a change in how you feel. It's this profound shift in the actual language we use to describe ourselves, and a fundamental change in our entire sense of identity. Remember, down at the bottom, in that state of shame, the statements were always, I am something, an adjective, a label, a definition. I am broken. I am a failure.
These are statements that literally contract our sense of self into a tiny, painful box.
But at the very top of the map, all those labels, all those descriptions, they just fall away. The sentence stops. It's no longer I am something. It is simply I am. Pure, unmodified, expansive existence. It's the widest, most open version of you possible.
And this state, which we could call enlightenment, isn't just another emotion on the list. It's not the opposite of shame. It's more like it's the field of pure awareness itself. It's the screen on which all the other emotions, shame, fear, love, joy, appear and disappear.
Now you might be thinking, okay, this is all very poetic, it's a nice metaphor for my inner world, but here is where it gets truly mind-blowing. This entire journey, this whole map of consciousness, it connects directly to our deepest physical reality, to our biological blueprint. Let me just say that again, because this is so important. The journey up this spectrum of emotion is not just some psychological or symbolic process. It is fundamentally biological. We're talking about interacting with the very building blocks of your body. And this is a really radical shift in how we see ourselves, isn't it? We often think of our biology as this fixed destiny written in stone. But the truth is, your biology isn't fixed at all. It's a responsive system, and it is constantly listening to your thoughts, your emotions, your attention, and your awareness. Which brings us to this absolutely beautiful metaphor. Your DNA is not a prison. It's a song. And through your awareness, through this inner work, you learn how to play it. You become the conductor of your own biology. So we end right back where we began. The map is here to guide you. Your heart is here to navigate. This journey isn't about becoming someone new. It's about learning to listen to the incredible wisdom you already have. So the only real question left is, if your body is always speaking, are you ready to listen?